Oh, Bonjour Boners. Hi. Bonjour. How are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, hi. It's Jess Wood. Welcome to Get Wood podcast. Your Sunday morning church. Listen. Um, I had a difficult last night, and you can see it. I'm bagging up. I'm bagging up here, and I was trying to get to you, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. It was so loud in the neighborhood, and being in New York City, sometimes it's really loud in New York City, and it's hard to record when you need a quiet. Anyway, let's talk about our theme song, shall we? Or let's sing it. Why not? Right? Big Bud, Sesame, Big Minge Energy, Ratatatata. That's a 9 mil melody. uh, Bam, and you say, God damn, what is happening? This is a dope jam. I'm broad, I'm abroad, and I'm broader than Broadway. Yes, I'm abroad, it's abroad, and I'm broader than Broadway, and I'm diddling myself. Feels so good. Your sauce will mix with ours, and we'll make a good goulash, baby. Oh, yeah. What time is it? It's time for Get Wood with your pal Jess Wood. Hi. Hello. Oh my, or should I say meowser. Um, okay, so here's the thing. I am here. It is Sunday. I never do this on a Sunday because actually I have to go to the job. And what's really sad about the job today is that every time this manager guy is managing, everyone calls out. Yeah. What a bunch of dicks. You know what I mean? And it's fully like a I know it's really a thing to not take things personally. Like it's a thing. Like we have to practice not taking things personally. I know I do. And but this poor fella, I'm pretty sure this is personal because it only happens when he is in charge, and then everybody's like, I can't come. And they call like 15 minutes before they're supposed to be there and stuff. So guess who gets called? Dun 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 dun. Dun. And I'm not superhero woman. I am a woman who doesn't even want to go to this place. And yet I get the call. And you know what? I got to go in, y'all, anyhow, but I got to go in earlier now today. Boo. Oh, boom shakalaka. But at least I got this blonde ass hair that I got going on. I got my golden arches on my head. I'm really trying to train the hairdo for those of you not on the video. I am training my hair to do what it used to do in the 80s. I'm bringing back the chola 80s aesthetic. I'm training it to be up in the M's again, up in the M's, because the cholos used to call me the Golden Arches, like McDonald's, eh? Golden Arches. I've told you that before, but I'll tell you again. And for the new listeners, who is new? Welcome, you. Let me check on okay, we're doing great. We're doing great. We're checking on the technicalities, and the technicalities, they're fantastic. I would love to thank everyone who sent me feedback from last week's show and who sends me their updates of how they're doing. I am very supportive in this, and I'm authenticity. That is me. I'm very supportive. Stand by, my ride is arriving. I'm very supportive of my listeners. And a lot of my listeners who I've never even met IRL are very important to me. And I really feel very supportive and very connected to said listeners. And I just want to thank everybody who reaches out on the weekly and gives me an update on their lives and gives me an update on what's going on, and sends me, I don't know, photos and it's a delight to be included in people's lives and their livelihoods, and it makes me feel special. I feel special. Do something special. Some of my bitch. So yesterday I was gonna record, like I said, and technically I couldn't do it, but I thought about the date. Now, the date yesterday was 10-4. Good, buddy. And I was thinking about how us Gen Xers grew up with the love and the lust for life about CB radios. Did you ever want or have a CB radio? Did you have an older sibling who had one? I feel like so many dudes when we were little had CB radio. This hair is just not as delightful as I'd like it to be, but it's the morning on a Sunday, and I hope that you're giving me grace. Give me some grace, like the Grace Church. So excuse me. So CB radio. Oh my God. Sometimes it's a real fucking slog, you know? Do you get through this? Anyway, I love you and I love us. But sometimes I'm tired and I'm cranky and I don't want to go to the fucking WORK and I don't want to do this to nobody. And here I am. So we don't have any control over anything except our reaction to what's going on. So here I am reacting to what's going on, and then now I'm done, and I continue on my CB radio stuff. Okay, so CB radios. I don't know about you, but I was obsessed with the CB radio. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I wanted to be a trucker when I was a little girl. I thought it was cool. I thought like you could travel, you could do like voices over the phone. You had an AKA, otherwise known as, you had a nickname on the road. You know how I love a nickname, and I have had so many nicknames in my life. So I loved the CB radio, and I only had one guy friend who had one, but he let me play with it, and we would talk to truckers. And I mean, it was a goddamn blast. I don't know if you've ever done this, but it feels like a real lost art, even though there's got to be CB radios still, right? I mean, I know there's a couple of you who are in that world and who could tell me if you have a CB radio, or if now, because everything's digital, you just have like a, I don't know. What was the thing called when we could and you could tell it was like a CB radio, but it was kind of like a cop radio. Oh my God, why can't I remember? Now, sometimes I dig myself into a hole on this show because I think of something that I really thought was really fun or cool and I forget what it's fucking called. But Sidekick, the Sidekick, where you could, hey, what's up? And everyone was like beep and then doing their little message and then they'd beep again. And it was a little annoying to be on the other side of it, but how fun to be inside of it, like a CB radio. Anybody, let me know about your CB radio, or if you even know what the fuck that is, or if you're like, I don't even know what that is. I see it in the movie BJ and the Bear, right? BJ and the Bear had one. I know that's for you, Shauna. Anyway, I had to get that out of there. Because I was so excited that it was 10-4 yesterday. 10-4, good buddy. And I don't know why I feel like you have to put on like a Southern accent to do it as well. In other news, not really silly. In other silly news, Cardi B, yes, Bodega Baddie. She has an MTA announcement now on our subway, where if you're standing on the platform and you're waiting for the train, this is for the non-New Yorkers. If you're waiting for the train on the platform, there are announcements. And a lot of times they're not even announcements about the train itself or about like, oh, it's running late or it's going to skip a stop. They don't really want to tell you that stuff. But there are like celebrities who make announcements about safety. And the most announcements that get announced, the announcements that get announced are about subway surfing, which is a thing that kids do here where they climb up on the subway train and they surf it. until they die. So it's not a good idea to go subway surfing. But because it's kind of this thing that all the kids do, it's just done. And so, and it's also dumb, but they do it and they die a lot. And so people come on the announcements, and Cardi B is the newest announcement. And she's like, don't do it. It's not worth it. You know, she has this whole thing about subway surfing. Well, I think they really missed their mark here with her. And I think they could have used her for such a better. Do you like that I have my coffee with me? It's 11:30. Let's not judge each other, okay? Um, so I think they really missed the mark with Cardi because they also have an announcement where they talk about not running or running down the stairs or running on the platform because you could get hurt. You could slip and fall, especially when it's raining and it's wet out there. So I thought they really missed their chance with Cardi B. She could say like a puddle in your sock. That's some wet ass platform. Slow down. That's a puddle in your sock. That's a wet ass platform. Slow down. Yes, you're welcome to come up with another line for that. That's just one line that I thought of when I was on the subway. So I think I think if they would have really, let's think about it. Let's really make it theirs. You know how a lot of commercials will use celebrities and they'll use their shtick or their stuff for the commercial. You know what I'm talking about. You're so cute. You understand. All right. So speaking of Puerto Rico, Rican, whoa! I feel Puerto Rican in this hair. I feel Puerto Rican. I love Puerto Rican, whoa! If you don't know what that is, if you can't recognize that, I'm so sorry if you're not like addicted to the internet like I am. But let me tell you how excited I am about Bad Bunny playing the Super Bowl. Now, I'm I was worried. Well, I'm still a little worried because we have fucking jackasses in our country that I don't know what they want to do and how they want to work this. And also I'm proud of the NFL, even though it's hard to say that you're proud of the NFL because they had the whole thing with the kneeling and they didn't want people to kneel. And I was like, hey, you should let them fucking kneel. It's like the least that we could do against the police violence killing Black people. Can we, hello, doctor? Anyway, having Bad Bunny, making the what's his Cheeto all riled up about it is fantastic. I'm so happy that they're doing this. I'm also like double, triple happy that he is not going to do any kind of English speaking, that is not going to be translated. It's not going to be any kind of bullshit where it's like spoon fed to us. Listen, as he said on Saturday Night Live last night, which yes, I did watch with my headphones on because the New York. He said a couple sentences in Spanish, and then he said, if you didn't understand what that meant, you have 4 months to learn. Yay, yay, yay. Bam, 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 bam. I say, hell yes. First of all, what are we doing if we're not learning Spanish in this country? Being a bunch of dicks about it. Yeah, this used to be Mexico. I've talked about this a million times before. I mean, where I used to live in Los Angeles, Los Angeles. Hello, anyone? Angels of Los Angeles? Anyway, so Bad Bunny on the Super Bowl. What do you think? What do you think? What's your take? How do you feel about it? I want to know all of your thoughts. Thank you very much. And nextly, see how I'm keeping an eye on the time and how long I discuss certain subjects because sometimes I get into something and I don't want to be like, and I love Howard Stern, but sometimes he'll go on about something for fucking 15 minutes and you're like, all right. So on to the next. How do you do? I had the most wildest fucking Transformative? Yes, I'm gonna say it transformed a lot of how I feel about myself, a lot of how I feel about the outside world, and it's still with me even though it happened on Friday. Now, what I'm talking about is, and a big shout out to my friend Chip Killingsworth. Now he um, is a breathwork practitioner who is studying to get his certificate. And so he asked a few of us if any of us would like to help him get his hours up in his training. And I said yes. And I also, a few other women in the group and a couple of guys that we know, comedian type people, they all said yeah. And then a couple of people who had done it with him said, "Oh my gosh, you have to do it with Chip. He's so good. He's so good." And it's over Zoom. It's not even like he's in the room with me, but it was so intense. You guys, have you ever heard about people's ayahuasca trips? Because that's how this felt. It felt like an ayahuasca trip in my apartment on my yoga mat alone, making my DMT naturally from the breath. I mean, what? Yes, we make DMT naturally in our bodies. You know that because you're so smart, and I know you know that. But the ayahuasca is the mother jungle vine. It's the root, it's the herb that brings you out to the mother. And is there a special way that you breathe when you do ayahuasca? I don't know. I haven't ever done it. But what I've heard and what I've read, it's pretty much what I did on Friday. So he leads you through, first there are questions, then he leads you through a meditation. And let me tell you all, oh my God, I saw visions. I saw visions. I saw things that had happened to me as a child, as a baby, as an infant, as a womb hung around her. Yeah, in the womb, in utero. Can you even believe that shit? Like, I didn't even understand it. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm wrapped in the umbilical cord right now. I am in utero. What? What? Little John, okay. I mean, really, like really deep, really intense, really fantastic. Eye mask on, blankie, because you get cold, because your body is just wilding out. So it was brilliant, beautiful, kind of scary at certain moments, but really, really happy that I did it. Really, really happy that I tried it, and I recommend it. I really recommend it to anybody who is kind of curious about getting into themselves and getting like a deeper message from yourself, because we hold everything in our bodies. That's why sometimes when you do like a stretch, say like your hamstring or your hips, we hold so much inside of those places from our childhood, from our teenage, from our young adulthood. Like all of our emotions and all of our memories and everything is stored in our body. So oh my God, what's stored in these eye bags? I mean, there's like, I'm ready to travel. So let's not make fun of ourselves. Let's not put ourselves down. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, so I really recommend, I also recommend if you want his name, please get in touch with me. I will pass on Chip and his amazing breathwork healing. Okay. Next. It was okay. So I have a bit of a problem with sleep. I don't sleep that well through the night. And I don't think that this is helping me what I do when I wake up in the middle of the night. Because what I do when I wake up in the middle of the night is I usually go and I have to pee, which I know a lot of us deal with as we get older, a lot of peeing in the night. And I also keep a little joint, a little weed cigarette, a little jazz cigarette in the ashtray in the bathroom, right on the toilet. I mean, above the toilet. And habitually, I will go in there, I will pee, and I will take a hit or two of this joint. Now, I don't think it helps me. I don't think it helps me sleep. I don't think it helps with the eyes. I don't think it helps me at all. Honestly, doesn't help me dream, doesn't help me, but it's a habit. And I am really looking at it and I am practicing letting go of it. Now, I know I have to let it go because the other night it was cold in New York for the first time. And so I had the windows closed. And what that means is the fan, the vent in the bathroom where I usually smoke and blow, uh, it, it wasn't working, I guess. I guess the vent kind of stops pulling when the windows are shut. Now, I didn't know this until I shut all the windows and then I smoked and then I walked out of the bathroom and into the bedroom. And what had happened, it was 6 in the morning, like me and iced tea getting all riled up at 6 in the morning. Um, the fire alarm went off. The smoke alarm. It's the same as a fire alarm. It's the same thing. It's smoke means fire and the alarm and it's meep, 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 like so loud and so scary. At 6 in the morning, I'm naked. I'm like, ah, and I'm yelling and I'm kind of stoned, but I'm kind of tired. And so I go grab a pillow and I'm just pillowing, just whooshing it and whooshing it and whooshing it and it's still going off and it's like yank 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 and I realized I've been here over a year. It's never gone off before and I've smoked and I've put incense right near it and I kind of thought it didn't work, but they have to have it work because it's a big building and they have to make sure that everybody's safe. But I did not feel safe and I also felt like, do you ever feel like you get like a message from the universe and it's like, can you please not do that anymore? Can you please just try to chill out on that smoking in the middle of the night or at 6 in the morning? Just wake up. It's time to get up. If you're up, you're up. Just get up, And I'm like, I don't want to get up. Is that depression? I don't know. I always thought I was more anxious than depressed because I do a lot of cleaning. And I do a lot of cleaning when maybe it doesn't need to be cleaned. You know what I mean? So that's like more anxious because I never like lie in the bed and think like, I don't want to get out of bed. But I do go back to bed early in the morning. What's your take? What's your hot take? Let me know, my loves. Let me know, my boners. So I was blessed with getting to see my god sister because I love my god sister and she's such a sweetheart and she's so easy. That's the thing. Now she said thank you for being easy when we had a lovely lunch on Saturday. Lovely lunch on Saturday. But really wonderful, or Friday. I can't remember. The breath work was Thursday. I can't remember the week because the breath work. So anyway, I had a lunch with my god sister, and she has a little doggy. My little nephew, I call him Gnocchi, 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 like the pasta. Yes, and he's a little guy, and he's very sweet. And we went to the place and it had a fucking dog menu, which is, we're getting a little carried away here. I mean, we were laughing. We were like, a dog menu, ha, ha, ha. But we got something for him off the fucking menu. So it was a dog eating better than most people out on the street of New York. So we were there. He eats, we're eating, it's great. Then my little sis has to go to the bathroom, and it's a little bit of a walk away, and it's like a hotel, so they have to go through all these things. And I'm sitting with the dog, and I have him on my lap, and I'm like, oh, gnocchi, and I'm kissing his head, and I'm like, oh, no, gnocchi. And before my sis walks away, she goes, no bitey, no bitey, she says to him. And I'm like, bitey? He's not going to bitey. Well, right when you think you're safe, I was kissing the top of the head of this little baby dog, and he turned and was like, and he doesn't have a lot of teeth, and he's such a little guy, and it's not like it was hurt me or anything like that. It was just more shocking than anything else. A little nip off my I was like, whoa. It was shocking. It was shocking, but it wasn't shocking because she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. He does that to me sometimes too." And so I thought, all right, again, we're going to bookend this with not taking it personally. And that's the thing. We can't take it personally if the dog who belongs to the girl snaps at said girl. I can't take it personally that the dog snapped at me. Fuck, man. And it's an animal. Leave it alone. Doesn't want to be all, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't care for that. It just doesn't care for that. I mean, yes, I took care of, if you remember, I took care of another small dog a year or two ago called Chino. And I thought it was because it was like, hey, Chino, what's up, Chino? But it was actually short for cappuccino. Suck a dick, suck my dick for cappuccino. Why do I like gnocchi? Well, it's more fun. Chino, Chino. Anyway, that dog needed a support, emotional support human. So it didn't mind getting kissed all over. And I was like, get off me. I couldn't handle that dog. It was too needy. Don't. Anyway, and to end this cavalcade of comedy and caca, I was at the beach yesterday because, as you know, I am a lover of the ocean, the sand, the wind, the trees, the breeze, the nature. And I really do believe if we're having any type of a hard time or frustrated or we're feeling a little low, you go to nature and she always brings you right back up. And, or the show, or Get Wood in Nature. We're like that. So I did go out yesterday to the beach. And I didn't have any pals with me. It was just me and my book and my chair and my pretzels. I ate way too many pretzels. And I have to say, it was a lovely day. I didn't see Mr. Penis out. And I had told a friend of mine that had happened, not just you guys, but I told a friend on the phone that the man had brought his penis out and that the wife was like, I don't see penis. I don't see. And we were like, why would we say that? But he said, my friend is a gentleman, and he said, it seems like that's what's going on right now. Like it seems like there is this weird disconnect between like keeping women safe, keeping anyone safe who's not a straight white male. The white supremacy is beyond belief, and I am frightened because I'm not under the impression that I'm okay, like that I'm safe. I don't have that kind of delusional thought. I feel like if you don't understand that if they're coming for everybody else, they're gonna come for you too. I want to send so much love to Chicago and all the poor fucking souls who got taken out of their apartments and homes and the children. And I just can't even, maybe that's why I can't really sleep. And yes, there's a full moon coming. And, when there's a bad moon on the rise, it's hard to not rise. So I guess what I'm saying here is, and I know I try to end every show like this, but really, really, really let us be kind. Let us be loving. Let us be patient with each other and patient with ourselves and kind to ourselves. And listen, if you are feeling tired and beat up by all this stuff going on out there, then just take it easy. Go for a walk, hug a tree, go in the water, go read a book, go and have some breathing. Meet a friend, have a little coffee, do things that make you feel good, that don't hurt you or hurt anyone else. And you're doing so well. I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. And if you are taking care of yourself and you're doing things that are not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, you are absolutely killing it. And sure, we beat ourselves up a lot. And I say, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, baby. You are so worth everything. You're worth it. You're worth it. And I'm here to tell you. And I hope that you believe me, because if you tell me that I'm worth it, then you better believe it when I tell you you're worth it. You heard? I listen. That's the show. It's Sunday. I hope you get to enjoy it. I hope you don't have to go and do anything that stresses you out or makes you feel badly. I hope you can have a lovely day, and I hope you've enjoyed my stories and my silliness and my serious love. Okay? So let's all sing some Bad Bunny this week, and make sure to take care of yourselves and each other. And I love you. And let's just keep up the great work. Okay. I will see you soon. Next week, I'll see you. And I can't wait. And let me know if you want me to talk about anything. Send me all your things. Send me your feedback. Send me your updates. Send me your answers to those questions that I asked at the beginning of the show, because I am really interested. Okay. Okay. Love you. Bye. Yes, we are going to